Hello Slaters. Now let's go back to the cell structure. Take a look at the picture on the screen. They are temporary mounts of onion peel and cheek cells. Can you see the region of each cell enclosed by a cell membrane? This region takes up very little stain. It is called the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a part of the cell which occurs between the plasma membrane and nuclear envelope. Cytoplasm consists of a fluid ground substance called cytosol containing a variety of cell organelles and other inclusions such as waste and storage products like starch, glycogen, lipids, etc. In other words, it is a house of cell organelles. Living cytoplasm is always in a state of motion. Now, let's focus on the functions of cytoplasm. Number 1. It helps in intracellular distribution of molecules, enzymes, and nutrients. Number 2. It helps in exchange of materials between different cell organelles. Number 3. Breakdown of glucose also takes place in the cytoplasm. And number 4. Biosynthesis of nucleotides, protein and fatty acids takes place in the cytoplasm. Dear Slaters, you all know that cells have to perform different functions of living organisms. To keep these activities of different kinds separate from each other, these cells use certain small components which are known as cell organelles. Cell organelles are small organs of the cell and are found embedded in the cytosol. They form part of the cell and each of them has a definite shape, structure and function. Students, now observe the picture and note down the flowchart. The flowchart explains that the cell organelles based on their structure are broadly classified into two types: membranous and non-membranous cell organelles. Based on the number of membranes, the membranous cell organelles are divided into two types: single membranous and double membrane cell organelles. The single membrane cell organelles are lysosomes and vacuoles. Double membrane cell organelles are like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondria and plastids. Children, do you know what are non-membranous cell organelles? Yes, the ribosomes and centrioles are the non-membranous cell organelles. Centrioles are present only in animal cells. A cell needs a lot of substances such as proteins, lipids, etc. to function. The nucleus present in the center of the cell acts as a brain and decides what is needed and how much is needed. In other words, it prepares a biological wish list. Then all these materials are manufactured by a cell organelle which is like a factory of the cell. Today, we are going to learn about such a cell organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum. Firstly, let's see what an endoplasmic reticulum looks like. Slaters, now observe the picture of endoplasmic reticulum on the screen carefully. It looks like a tiny tubular network scattered all over the cytoplasm of the cell. As you can see, it appears like it is a network. That's why it is called reticulum, which means net-like in Latin. Now closely look at the network, which appears like membranous structures, similar to plasma membranes. These membrane structures are connected to outer membrane of the nucleus and at the other end to the plasma membrane. This arrangement creates a passage of channels for the transport of substances within the cytoplasm, nucleus to the cytoplasm and also to the other cells. The book of endoplasmic reticulum also shows granular bodies, that is ribosomes, attached to its surface. If endoplasmic reticulum contains ribosomes, it is called rough endoplasmic reticulum as it appears rough. Some of the endoplasmic reticulum do not show granules. Such endoplasmic reticulum is known as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are the sites of protein synthesis. So, a rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in protein synthesis and produces the units of digestive enzymes and hormones, etc. In other hand, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is involved in lipid synthesis such as glycolipids, phospholipids and cholesterol. These lipids are used in the synthesis of steroid hormones such as estrogen, testosterone and cortisol. Do you know a smooth endoplasmic reticulum also plays an important role in the detoxification process? So, the liver cells contain a large number of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Students, now list out the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are dense spherical and non-membranous particles which occur freely in the cytosol or remain attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. Chemically, ribosomes are made up of ribonucleic acid and proteins. As you already learnt, they play an important role in protein synthesis. Dear Slaters, can you tell what will be the next step once the manufacturing unit gives clearance? Yes, now the packing and dispatch are the next steps to be followed. Now let's discuss the packing unit of the cell, that is Golgi apparatus. Camillo Golgi is an Italian doctor who observed Golgi apparatus for the first time while examining the nerve cells of cat and owl. Students, can you see the membranous stack-like structures in the picture? These are called cisternae. Around the cisternae, you can also observe small bubble-like structures called vesicles. The cisternae and vesicles form the Golgi apparatus. Children, as you know that ribosomes of rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesize the proteins. These proteins and lipids thus synthesized are carried by vesicles to the membranes of cisternae. The chemical substances are altered and packed into various chemical substances such as enzymes and hormones. Later, the vesicles pinch off from the cisternae and carry the chemical substances to the destination. Once the secretory vesicles reach the cell membrane or other cell organelles, secrete the substances. So, Golgi bodies are the secretory organelles of the cell and are numerous in the cells which are secretory in function, such as goblet cells, digestive gland cells, endocrine glands, etc. They also produce lysosomes and acrosomes of sperms. In plants, they appear simple vesicles called dictyosomes.